This is Parshat Shemot, Midrash Tancuma. So, as you probably have come to expect, the Midrash tells a very different story than appears in the Chumash. When you read the Chumash, the psukim sound like Moshe was walking along. He saw this very unusual sight. Why is this on fire and not being consumed? And he was rewarded for going out of his way and seeing this. And God said, Kisa larot, since you took the trouble to take and see this, I will now speak to you and finally reveal myself to you and give you this mission to redeem the Jewish people. The Midrash says no. There's a key phrase here that's missing, and that is nitzarta larot. It's not that you took the trouble to see, it's you recognized their pain, and that's what you saw. So let's back up. Moshe Rabbeinu was living in a palace. He could have had a cushy life, but he risked everything because he identified with the pain of the Jewish people. He killed a Mitzri, a taskmaster, and the Midrash fills in some details that this taskmaster was so cruel because the reason he was beating up the Jew is because the Jew caught him sneaking into his house and having relations with the Jewish slave's wife. And since the taskmaster knew that he was caught, he beat the Jew even more. This kind of cruel and twisted suffering is something that Moshe couldn't stand. And Moshe used Ruach HaKodesh, according to the Midrash, to perceive exactly the degree of suffering, and that's why he killed the Egyptian. So you see that he put his life in the danger, and in fact the Midrash says that he was already rewarded with this new task of redeeming the Jews. The Midrash says, Hatzadik natan nafsho al banai ubarach l'midyan yaseh go'alam. This tzaddik Moshe risked his life and had to run to Midian. I'm going to appoint him as the redeemer of Jewish people. So this, of course, all begs the question, why did you need this whole scene with the burning bush? Moshe has proved himself. He felt the pain, he gave up everything, and he had Ruach HaKodesh. Why didn't God speak to him before? Why only at this unusual scene at the burning bush? So there's two answers given by the commentaries. The first one, the Eitz Yosef says that when Moshe came along and saw the burning bush, he understood the symbolism. He understood that God was saying, I feel the pain of the Jewish people. And Moshe looked at it, and I see that in this scene. Perhaps the fire was the pain of the Jewish people, the fact it wasn't being consumed was the fact that they would be redeemed and come out unscathed. But Moshe got the whole picture because he was so sensitive to their pain, and he had Ruach HaKodesh, and he used it in order to understand and perceive the situation. The Be'er Mamarim takes it one step further. He said that when Moshe looked at the scene of the burning bush, it's not that he perceived that God felt the pain of the Jewish people, rather that God was in pain with the Jewish people. As it says in Tehillim, Imo anochi b'tzara, I am with the Jewish people when they are in pain. And that was what was going on. And that is why Hashem revealed himself and began to talk to Moshe Rabbeinu, because he saw that he had the leadership qualities in he felt the pain of the Jewish people, but he was also able to perceive that God was in pain, not just feeling the pain, but Moshe could perceive God being in pain as well. And perhaps that's the message of the Midrash, that to be a true Jewish leader, you have to be someone who's not only pained by the suffering of the Jewish people, but you have to be able to perceive that God is in pain as well. Have a great Shabbos.